Hello and welcome to a very special video. I'm using Football Manager 2021 to simulate the Euro 2020 tournament 100 times. We're going to produce a league table and tell you guys exactly who is going to win Euro 2020. I'm Joe, if you're new around here, and you probably will remember that a few years ago, Golden FM, fantastic YouTuber. He doesn't do much FM stuff anymore, but he was a great content creator back in the day, and he actually simulated the FIFA World Cup 100 times on Football Manager 2018 it was, and it went absolutely berserk. It ended up on some Russian news channel, I think. It was absolutely crazy what he did, and it was such a fantastic video, and I haven't really seen anybody do it since, so I thought, why not give it a go? I'd recently downloaded Dodgy Gamer's Euro 2020 mod, and you can see it here in all its glory. All the groups are absolutely correct, and of course, with the Euros starting this week, I thought it was the perfect time to give it a go. So that's what's been taking up my free time over the last few days. I've went ahead, I've simulated it 100 times and kept an almighty Excel spreadsheet. But it's going to be absolutely fantastic. It really is going to be great. So I can't wait to get into it. But here we are. If you guys want to download this mod, I will leave the link to Dodgy Gamer's video down below in the description, as well as the file location, so you can go and download that. In the description, you will also find the Excel file that I put together, so if you want to do your own little investigations, you can, and all 100 simulations as save files will be in there, so you can take a deeper look at each of the tournaments. It's going to be great. I can't wait. So yes, here are all the teams, 24 of them, of course, and the favourites are the likes of England, France, Spain, Italy. Holland are up there as well, Belgium, of course, and if I had to make a prediction, I would say Belgium are probably going to be right up there. I suspect France will be up there as the defending world champions. Italy, hopefully will be as well. But it really is going to be an amazing journey, and I can't wait. So without further ado, let's get ourselves through the first simulation, and I'll see you guys once that's done. Okay, so welcome back. About 2 minutes later on this computer, I've simulated the light version of Dodgy Gamer's mod, so it really does race through it. So this is possibly going to take less time than I am imagining, but there you go. Italy have won the first Euro 2020 simulation. They beat England in the final 3-1. Let's just have a little look at that final. You can see Immobile got himself a hat-trick. Jordan Henderson scored an 89th minute goal. Harry Kane missed a penalty on 81 minutes. How different could that have made it? Sterling got injured as well. But let's have a little look at the tournament itself. I think there is a way to have a look at the tree. Maybe if you go into the second round. I'm not really sure why you can't look at the tree. But anyway, here's the second round then. So you can see Slovakia got through. France beat them 3-1. Germany beat Finland 3-1. Belgium beat Spain on penalties. That's a huge match in the second round. Poland went out to Turkey. England beat Austria 2-0. Italy beat Scotland 2-1, Croatia beat Sweden 2-1, and Holland beat Wales 2-1. Let's have a look at the quarters then. So England beat Germany, France beat Turkey, Holland, Belgium, Italy, Croatia. I mean, that's 4 top quality matches there. And then at the semi-final stage, England beat France 2-0 and Italy beat Holland 2-1 after extra time. Looking at the statistics, Mbappe finished as top scorer on 6, and Antoine Griezmann with an 8.23 average rating. That is absolutely fantastic. So Italy have won the first tournament, and as you can see, I've popped all of that into Excel, so you can see now That's Simulation 1. Italy is the winner. England is the runner-up. France and Holland were the semi-finalists, and then Mbappe got the golden boot with 6. Griezmann, the best player, with an 8.23, and the final was 3-1 with the goal scorers Immobile, who got a hat-trick, and then Henderson got the goal as well. So that's the sort of detail that we're going to go into, and then once we've compiled them all, I'll get a league table going, and I'm going to give 5 points for every win, 3 points for every final that you reach, so runners up, and 1 point for each semi-final, and we'll rank it. We'll see how well these teams are likely to do. But that was fun. I can't wait to do 99 more of them. I will pop in and out when we see some shock results, but yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. England have officially won their first tournament for 55 years, is it? That is unbelievable. 55 years. And look who they beat in the final. Scotland. That is unbelievable. So this is simulation 5 of 100. And that is just quite remarkable. England versus Scotland in the final. I somehow don't think that's going to happen. But we are certainly going to see England versus Scotland at the Euros. But it will be a very interesting final nonetheless. Kane, Sterling and Sancho on the score sheet. Grant Hanley on the score sheet for Scotland. But what a tournament for them. Let's just have a little look at their journey through the draw. So let's have a little look. Scotland beat Holland on penalties. Wow, what a match that was. You've got Croatia, Austria getting through as well. They beat Poland. So, you know, quite a few shocks. Denmark beating Sweden as well. And I wouldn't necessarily predict that. Quarterfinals, Scotland beat Italy 3-2. I mean, it just looked meant to be for Scotland. And then in the semi-final, Scotland beat Portugal. Defending champions Portugal 4-0. That is quite remarkable. But yeah, 3-1 in the final, so 2 down. I mean, you can see it's quite a low scoring Euros, this one. Only 4 getting the golden boot for Immobile, and then Lewandowski getting the best average rating. So, finally, England win a tournament. Well fancied this year. Probably not by anybody in England, but they're pretty favourable with the bookmakers. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that so early on, but that's just what can happen in FM. Well, have a little look at this. 80-1 shots. Sweden have won the 8th simulation of this video. 1-0 beating Belgium in the final. Who scored? Let's have a little look. So Isaac scored, and that's awesome to see that Sweden have won it. I really wasn't expecting that. Let's just have a little look at their journey through the competition. So 3-1 against Turkey. Then in the quarterfinal, they beat Austria 3-0. And then in the semi-final, they beat Spain 2-0. And in the final, they beat Belgium. So, you know, they fully deserved it. Lewandowski, again, looking very, very good so far. 4 goals to get the golden boot, and he also won the best average rating. 3 assists. Can't complain about that, but some more shocks, please. 80-1 shot. I mean, if North Macedonia managed to win it, that is going to be very, very special indeed. Well, we are a 5th of the way through the simulations. This really isn't taken long at all. A couple of red flags in the F1 qualifying have certainly helped. But anyway, you can see, looking at this, it is absolutely crazy how many times France are winning it so far. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 20 France have won, so 40% of the results are going in France's favour. I do apologise about the green screen. I think it's very bright, the white behind. Why doesn't Excel have a dark theme? That would be fantastic. But you can see England doing very, very well. Germany doing okay. They're getting sort of semi-final onwards. They haven't won it yet. Croatia winning it in the 14th simulation is probably the biggest surprise we've had since Sweden. You've seen Finland get to the semi-finals. That was a good year. Austria getting to the semi-finals on the most recent simulation, but at the moment it is crazy. Sweden got to the final again. I didn't notice that actually, but Sweden in number 11 got to the final there. And if you look at the particularly the best player, the name that's popping up a lot is Harry Kane. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 out of 20. So 35% of the time, Kane is getting the best player, which is very interesting. I wouldn't necessarily expect that, especially because he's only picked up 2 golden boots along his way. But the finals have been very, very interesting as well. Only one of them ended in 0-0 penalties, malarkey. But, not really any blockbuster finals just yet. That 3-2 looks reasonably tasty. That 4-2 for Spain versus Russia, who got the final, that looks like a decent final. France versus Sweden, 4-2 as well. A 5-1 in there as well for France and Italy. But things are going well so far. I don't think this is going to take me long at all. And I'll see you, if there's no more shocks, I'll see you after the 50th simulation. Okay, 50 simulations in then, and you can see there's not been too many shocks since then. Croatia have won it a couple of times. The best one that I've come up with is Turkey, and I think we will have a look at simulation 47 because Finland and Switzerland got the semi-finals as well. So we will have a look at simulation 47. Sweden have won it a couple of more times, so I tell you what, at 80-1, they may be worth a little flutter in the betting market. You can see what I noticed before about Kane in the best player column. He is doing an outstanding job. He is picking up best player after best player. And I think he's going to possibly show up the most. We will work that out as well. I'll have a little count if going within the Excel spreadsheet. But what I'm really interested by is the golden boot. Seems to be changing every single time. Lukaku is winning it quite a bit. Ronaldo's won it a couple of times now. But, generally it's been shared around. And what is massively noticeable for me is that Harry Kane just doesn't seem to be winning it. He's won it here. But, you have to scroll up to the second and fourth finals for him to be in there. But he is getting the best player, which just doesn't seem to register with me. How's he getting best player if he's not scoring the goals? How's he really performing on the pitch? But yeah, let's hop back into Football Manager and we'll have a little look at Simulation 47. Okay, here we are then on Simulation 47. Let's have a little look at this. So, of course, Turkey won the final 2-1. I've not switched the scene. How idiotic of me. But here we are now. Turkey won the final 2-1. And who scored in the final again? Tufan and Yilmaz. Bruno Fernandes getting a goal for Portugal in there. But, Turkey looked like they thoroughly deserved it. Let's have a little look at this. I want to see if we can get the tree. If somebody can let me know how you get the tree in this thing, that would be great, because I was really looking forward to looking at the tournament tree, but it's not there. Maybe it's something to do with the fact I've loaded this one up. I really don't know. But yeah, so Turkey beat Holland. Italy were playing France and Germany were playing Spain. So straight away there you can see that, a few of the big hitters were gone. Finland beat England. I mean, isn't that just typical? Let's have a little look at this. Mason Mount got us off the mark, and then Pukki and Force put them through, and that is just typical England. It really is. Switzerland beat Croatia on penalties. Belgium beat Sweden 3-1, and Poland beat Austria. Still not really seeing how Turkey got through, but Finland beating Germany on penalties. That is unbelievable. Switzerland beating Poland 3-1. Portugal and Italy, again, the big hitters playing each other, and Turkey going out and beating probably the favourites at that point, which were Portugal. Sorry, Belgium. And then in the semi-final, you had Portugal beating Switzerland in extra time. We nearly had a Turkey-Switzerland final. And then Turkey beat Finland 2-1. So very, very interesting. You've got to admit, I just can't believe these things are happening. But it is very interesting looking at the XL and where we're at with it. And well, I'll see you guys if I see any massive shocks. I believe the only people we haven't seen feature are Hungary, North Macedonia, and Slovakia currently. So if we can see one of those teams get into the final, get into the semi-finals, that would be absolutely brilliant. I don't see it happening, but hey, I didn't see Sweden winning it 3 times happening. So let's push forward a little bit and we'll see how we get on. Yes, yes. I've just simulated number 67, I think this is. And you can see here, North Macedonia got to the semi-finals and they were so close. They were so close to making the final. That is unbelievable. Let's have a little look at this match. Maybe we'll even have a look at the highlights if we can. Watch the goals. Why not? Let's get into it. North Macedonia were whiskers away from getting a penalty shootout. Here they were. So that was Ramos getting the first goal there. Sergio Ramos for Spain, and then Bardi got it in, and it was a beautiful header, and Wembley erupted for everybody's favourite underdog, North Macedonia, who managed to get all the way to the semi-final and take Spain, of all teams, to extra time. But that is devastating. Thiago scoring right at the end there. But let's have a little look at their route through. North Macedonia beat Portugal on penalties, the defending champions. England got their own back on Finland. Sweden 4-1 over Croatia. Seriously good. That Sweden team is looking interesting. It really is. You look at that and you see the amount of good performances that are coming into it. And Alexander Isak, what a player he seems to be. Definitely somebody to keep an eye on in your FM saves. Wow. Austria losing out to Italy. Slovakia. We haven't seen them feature much. Maybe they're not getting through the group so much. But North Macedonia then beat Sweden 2-1. And then obviously we know what happened in the semi-final. They lost out to Spain. But I just thought I'd jump in at this one. Simulation 67 will definitely be an interesting one for you to have a look at. Well, I've been at this about 5 hours now, watching the F1 in the background, doing other things YouTube related in the background, and we're nearly there now. We are at simulation 80. And you can see there's not really been too many shocks since that North Macedonia in 67. Czech Republic, they were a team that I hadn't really seen too much, but they've appeared twice since Simulation 50, so they'll certainly be worth a look. Russia in there as well. England are starting to win it a few more times. Again, Kane is winning a lot of these best players. De Bruyne, is definitely catching up. So he's somebody to keep an eye on as well as we get towards the end, and we'll have a little look at who comes out on top in that battle. But I have to say, my pick for biggest surprise is Sweden. We've had another England-Scotland final, by the way. England-Scotland, and it was 2-0 that one. Not quite as interesting. But Sancho scoring both of the goals in that final. England-Poland getting to the final. That seems crazy, but there's just so much to look at. But my one dying wish is to see Slovakia come in here. I haven't seen Hungary yet, I don't think. I feel like I would have remembered seeing them. But honestly, I'm going a bit delirious now with all of this. I don't think I have seen Hungary yet. So we'll keep an eye out for them over the last 20 simulations. We want to see Finland in a final. We want to see Poland finally win it. North Macedonia, everybody's favourite underdog. Slovakia. Let's just see 20 random teams win it for the final 20 simulations. I'll see you if any crop up. Oh, I'm getting delirious now. It's getting late at night. But North Macedonia have done it. Simulation 94. We're almost there, everybody. We're almost there. I have so much respect for Golden FM right now, knowing what he's gone through. Just just typing it in Excel is so stressful. But anyway, North Macedonia got through the final. That is just unbelievable. Italy beating them 5-0, unfortunately for them. But what a tournament this must have been. North Macedonia beating Turkey, who have, done very, very well in the past. Austria beat England there. France went out to Poland. Croatia beat Belgium. Italy beat Russia. There wasn't too many shocks in there. But if you look at the quarterfinal, North Macedonia beat Spain on penalties. They got one back for Spain putting them out in the semi-finals in extra time in simulation 67 or whatever it was back then. But yeah, North Macedonia on penalties beating Spain. Unbelievable. Semi-final, they beat Holland on penalties. They are the penalty experts, but then they forgot how to defend in the final 5-0. Oh, I want to have a look at this match. Let's have a little look at it. Oh my word, they had a red card laid on. But Bergwijn put them 1-0 up. Then Macedonia replied. Bergwijn went again, and then Bardi equalised. Bergwijn had a 77th minute goal disallowed. Pandev got sent off in the 116th minute. And wow, look how long this penalty shootout was. That is crazy. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It must be an 8-7, but 12 penalties each. What an unbelievable penalty shootout. That is bizarre for a place in the final. I mean, that is unbelievable, isn't it? It really is. That is fantastic. And Italy just went about their business and won the final 5-0. I mean, it must have took a lot out of Macedonia. Where are they ranked out of interest? 52nd, so they're not as bad as you would think, but they're still very much my favourite underdog. But now we've got to see them win it, or Slovakia, or Denmark. Somebody shocking to end the simulations. Ask and ye shall receive. Simulation 97. Switzerland beat Slovakia 1-0 in the final. And I believe that's every single team now that has appeared in at least one of these simulations in the semi-final onwards. You guys will be able to have a look at that. I'm going to try and trim this down to a reasonably short video, but 1-0 Switzerland beat Slovakia in the final. Shaqiri with a 56-minute goal. Hamšík had a goal disallowed in the 7th minute. Slovakia, where they 20th. Well, I mean, that's maybe not so much of a shock then. What about Switzerland? They're 5th. Well, I suppose, this is after the event, 12th of July, but yeah. Let's have a little look at their routes through. So Slovakia beat Germany on penalties. By the way, earlier on, I forgot to mention this, but Germany, for whatever reason in this version of the mod, Germany's nation isn't enabled, so they're all fake players. So that's maybe tainted the results slightly of Germany, but they've still won a couple of Euros, and to be honest, I don't think they're much of a contender this year anyway. But Switzerland beat Belgium. Austria beat Russia. I mean, let's have a look at the group. So I want to see who went out here. Italy went out in Group A. Finland and Denmark, North Macedonia, boo. Ukraine, they haven't featured too much. Yeah, I suppose that's not too shocking. But then you look at the quarterfinals. So Slovakia beat Portugal, defending champions 2-0 in extra time. Holland 4-0. Croatia went out to Switzerland, and England beat Austria. England won a penalty shootout. Semi-final, Slovakia beat Holland and Switzerland beat England. And then in the final, Switzerland beat Slovakia. So asking ye shall receive, apparently. We're on the home stretch now. 3 more to go, and then I can go to bed. But yes, let's have a look at those 3 final, or look at the final simulation. Unless something crazy happens, but I don't see it happening from now. Well, the final European Championship of the video goes to France. They beat Italy 3-0, and a rather predictable final there, France versus Italy. But believe it or not, Poland got to 2 of the last 3 finals. So they had a very strong finish. But there you go, France beating Italy. Mbappe, Griezmann and Pogba getting on the score sheet. Let's have a little look at the semi-final. Sweden got there, Belgium got there as well. Quarterfinal, England went out there, Russia, Germany, Portugal. Second round, Turkey, Austria, Spain, Slovakia, Holland, Scotland, Czech Republic and Poland all went out. And what's amazing is Switzerland went out in the groups here. Let's have a little look. So Switzerland went out of Group A. Yeah, you can see it went pretty much as you would expect. This version of the tournament, but what an unbelievable journey it has been. And you can see now that I've filled in all of the spreadsheet. I will pop that onto the screen. There you go. So there is the whole spreadsheet. Yeah, it's been quite the chore, but still very, very enjoyable. And it's those little moments when you see a North Macedonia pop up there, a Poland pop up there, Slovakia, Wales, Scotland, so many teams that you're just not expecting to see in these finals got there and did it, and that is absolutely amazing. I would recommend it to anybody, actually, if you've got a little bit of time, with red flags in the F1 and whatever. But again, you can see Kane's name popping up so many times, and I've actually I put the count if in there before, just to generate. So I've got sort of the mode of these columns, I and K, for the golden boot, and the K, so the most common name to appear in those columns. And then I've got a count if in the column next to it. So it's been automatically doing it. I haven't looked at this league table screen. The only thing I have done is type in the formula. So all I have to do is press equals, and hopefully we should have the league table. This is the moment the video has been building up to. Just checking I'm recording, but here we go. So Lukaku got the most golden boots at 10, and Kane 28 best players. That is incredible. That really is incredible. I've also put the real life odds there as well, so we can keep an eye on that. Okay, so we're back on track now, and you can see all of the teams in here. You've got the real life odds. So it's got the number of wins that team had, the number of runners up, the number of semi-finals, and the way I just did that is count if simulations, which is this sheet here, and then into league table, and it just does it basically. It's not desperately difficult. I'm sure you guys could do something much more fancy with it, but here we go. So as I said earlier in the video, 5 points for a win, 3 points for runners up, and 1 point for the semi-final, either semi-final. So let's just pop an equals in front of that, and yes, that does work. So 5 points for the sole victory of Austria. I don't remember that one actually. When was that? When did Austria win it? 66. There you go. The one just before North Macedonia, so that's why I very quickly forgot it. But here we go. Back to league table then. So yes, that works out. So 5 points for the win, and then 5 points for each of the semi-finals that they got to. So let's just drag that down, and hopefully that will work, and it does. So now we currently can spot the winner. It looks like France at the moment. But what I now want to do is grab this and do a custom sort, and hopefully this should work. So sort by point, and we want largest to smallest, and let's press OK. So, for some reason that hasn't worked. Okay, I think I've fixed it. I think the problem was that in the table above, as you'll see, with all the formulas, once you start moving them about, the formulas change, and therefore the points values change. So it was working, but then it was straight away changing the values. Anyway, that's all Excel stuff. Luckily, I think I've fixed it now. So here we go, sorting it by points, largest to smallest, and there you go. There you have it. There is the league table of Euro 2020 according to Football Manager. And you can see a lot of the favourites are near the top. There's no real surprise there. France leading the way, 27 wins, 6 runners-up, 15 semi-finals, 168 points using my system. They are by far and away the massive favourites according to Football Manager. England in there in second, 114 points for them. Spain and Belgium up there as well. Italy doing well. Holland doing well. Croatia reasonably good, 28-1 they are, and they got ahead of Germany. Obviously, there's that slight issue of the fact Germany had the fake players, so how different would that have been? Sweden down in 10th, I'm a little bit surprised. I thought they would do a little bit better than that. Poland just about there as well with 27. It feels all very Eurovision-y here. We've then got Scotland in 12th, which I think they'd be delighted with. 200-1 shouts there. And the big disappointment really is Denmark, 28-1, 50-1 for Turkey. They're down there as well. Ukraine, as I say, I didn't really see too much of them. Only 3 semi-finals, 66-1. They'll be a little bit disappointed. And North Macedonia, everybody's favourite underdog, 500-1. They are 20th in this table with 4 points, and poor Hungary, 1 point. That's all they got, but at least it wasn't nil point, hey. But there you have it. There is the league table of Euro 2020. That is my prediction. That is FM 2020's 2021. Sorry, the prediction that has come up with. France to win, England possibly to come second, Spain and Belgium in the semi-finals. That would be a very boring Euros, wouldn't it? But hey, if England get to the final, come on England, bring it home. 3 lines on a shirt, all of that. Wales down in 16th. Again, they didn't have a great run of things and actually got beat by Russia in the end, which is very, very interesting. But that is going to be that. After 35 minutes, recording wise at least, many hours simulating this and putting it into the spreadsheet and coming up with the concept of the league table, which I think is you know, surprised me a little bit. But I suppose it shows the cream always rises to the top. But we had some fabulous shocks in there, with North Macedonia getting to the final, Switzerland versus Slovakia later on. That was a brilliant tournament, wasn't it? And well, I just, you know, want to say a massive thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below. All the links down below in the descriptions. The 100 simulations for you guys to have a look at. The Excel spreadsheet. Of course, big thanks to Golden FM for doing that original video, for coming up with the original idea. Take no credit whatsoever for that, but this was really interesting to do, and I would recommend it to anybody if you're a nerd like me and like using your Excel. But make sure you click that subscribe button for plenty of FM content in the future on the channel. And I will do this for the Premier League, I think, when the new season comes around, simulated 100 times, get this league table up, and we'll see who's going to be the champions, who's going to be relegated, all of that good stuff. I think that's going to be really fun, and I can't wait for that at some point in the summer. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.